Hey, it's time for breakfast here at my house. I'm going to show you how to make an easy, fast, high-protein breakfast with ingredients you probably already have on hand. I have eggs and potatoes. So I have just a few potatoes from my garden. And you can see these are the small ones. When I grow these, I put the big ones in storage for the year. Hopefully they last the year, but the small ones don't keep so well. You can see some of these have some spots we need to cut off. So we're going to do that. I have 3 eggs for my mom's chickens. Some onions I already diced and had in the fridge. Salt and pepper. You can season this dish any way you like. Super easy, start to finish, 15-20 minutes. The potatoes cooking is what takes the very longest. So let's get started. So while my pan heats on the stove, let's cut these up. Like I said, I would start with the onions, but I already had these diced up. Those came from my garden too. So the smaller you cut your potatoes, the faster they cook. Some people make this recipe with hash browns. I have trouble making those cook right for some reason. I don't know what I do. You can make this dish with any kind of potatoes you like. I have a combination here of Kennebec and Yukon Gold because that's what we grew. I know you're probably not supposed to mix the yellow and the white. The cooking times vary, but I'm not worried about that. And I think today it's just me, so that's enough for me. We have our potatoes. All right, so we have our hot pan. I'm going to use some beef tallow in this today. You can use butter, any kind of oil you like, lard. We just mostly use beef tallow here, and butter. So this is how I'm starting. Hot pan. Season this with salt and pepper. You could put garlic in this, garlic powder. If you don't like whole onions, use onion powder. Paprika, might add a little something to it. Cayenne. Just whatever you like in your potatoes and onions and eggs. We usually do this kind of plain though, salt and pepper. So cover this so it'll cook faster. I don't have a lid, so I'm just going to set it like that. I don't have a lid that fits, so I'm just going to set it on. Let's crack these eggs. I keep the shells, and we use them to give back to the chickens after we dry them. It's a good source of calcium for the chickens. Sometimes I crush them up and use them for fertilizer in my flowers. Some people put them in their compost. Beat the eggs. This recipe is pretty flexible. You can use as many eggs as you want, as many potatoes as you want, onions, however you like. I just add what looks good. I probably use about 1/4 cup of onions and those few small potatoes, 3 eggs. I'm going to season these eggs. Use salt and pepper in the eggs too. However you like to season your eggs. I don't really measure. I just know that if I have 3 eggs, I do this 3 times, maybe 4. And pepper till it looks good. All right, let's shake our potatoes. Look at my pitiful apron. My great aunt gave me this and it just had one little hole in it and I loved it, but here we are, ripped to shreds. I think I better get a new one. Maybe I'll make one. All right, so let's check these potatoes again. I don't think they're quite ready. I'm going to cook these until they're soft enough that they just split apart when pressed on. And we're not there yet. Getting closer though. They do cook faster with a lid, so I always do cover them up unless I'm not in a hurry and I just want to hang out in the kitchen. It's time to check the potatoes. Ooh, these look good. A good stir. And squish them. Oh yeah. Let's try one more just to be sure. We don't like crunchy potatoes. All right, this is ready. I'm gonna kind of scoot these to the side. It's still all gonna mix up and that's okay. You can just pour them right on top if you want, but this is how I make it. I'm gonna take my eggs, seasoned scrambled eggs, just pour it in. Now these will cook fast. You just cook these like you do scrambled eggs. If you don't want it all mixed together, you can just take your potatoes out and then cook the eggs. I ate mine all together. So I don't like when the eggs turn brown. So I'm going to take this off before that happens. Some people like that. If you do, just cook them longer. Leave them sitting longer without stirring and they'll turn brown. So we had all that tallow in the skillet, and it's doing a good job about keeping the eggs from sticking so much. This is a stainless steel skillet. We don't use nonstick skillets much. I have cast iron, stainless steel, mostly. These are almost finished. This is finished. See, I didn't let my eggs get brown. My potatoes and onions are brown though. That's how I like them. I'm ready to eat. Check this out. High protein, complex carbs, easy. This took about 20 minutes to make. If you enjoy this video or this recipe, let me know. See you later.